gonna spend the next 1 hour together. Keep moving. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Any knots, any muscular. Are we smiling or are we flicking me off? Or how are you doing?
The combo platter.
Combo.
Hey guys, we are so excited about this next episode. We have had so much feedback from all of you about showing the true ins and outs of product development and the stages that we go through to create this incredible product. So everything that we do and show you today is usually done over a year-long period, but we're gonna kind of fast forward so that you get an inside view and go through each stage with you so that you can see how all this is done. And we're excited. So here we go. Here we go. So usually when we start off a collection, the first thing that we do is sit down as a group and talk about overall trends and colors and what we're seeing in the market. So our senior handbag designer, Caitlin, is the one that goes out and checks out the market, if you will. And then Estrella, she does our shoe design and our shoe trends. Jessica is our apparel designer and small leather goods designer.
So I coined this season a season of connectedness and redefining the beauty of imperfection. So the first color profile that we're looking at is our resort color profile. And I just sort of picked like fruits and vegetables and foods that like back to the dinner table idea. So picking our color palette from the bounty of the earth. Then we dive into specific silhouettes that are trending. So for handbags, we looked at triangular shapes. Round crossbodies are big, and I think they're big for the next year or so. Neutral colors, slot through handles, shopper shapes, and oversized tote bags. So again, it's that really minimal, easy to wear, basic bag. There's no adornment on any of these, unless it's like leather wrapped hardware.
So that's overall, that is trend, color, seasonal direction, and then this leads us into getting more tactile and tangible and sourcing all the materials and really starting to translate and interpret how these products are going to look.
So I laid out on the table where I think we should go for the season. So if you want to start with Sedona, really pulling these like spicy colors that are very warm. So we have marigold, we pulled a persimmon, and then we pulled a slate. And then and I know for shoes, this is a big trend, but the summer suede, which is interesting because we never really do suede in spring. It's such a fall material. But adding in some fringe or like a sandal or something. Yes. And then this really sort of brings together the whole palette. So
that's our Sedona Python. That is the whole very rich, saturated, almost like sun.
It's like a sunset, sunrise.
Sun-kissed colors.
And then a lot of really beautiful shoes in this.
Yeah.
The gold lizard.
That's gorgeous. And then we have the white caviar.
Y'all, gorgina. That's what's gonna make us, it's gonna put us on, yes.
Like a little dictionary.
What are you doing our dictionary? We could have an Elaine Turner dictionary.
We should do it.
We could sell it at Urban Outfitters. Okay.
That's the next project for next week.
Oh wait, and to show them this wow python, the carnival python.
Our carnival python, which is back by popular demand.
Yeah, we were so successful this last season that we brought it back. So there's always going to be those core materials and core kind of aspects of our collection that are always going to be running throughout. So you'll see python, cork, you'll see metallic, and then you'll also see color. So those are really, wouldn't you agree, Caitlin?
And raffia.
Oh yeah, and hello.
DNA.
I knew I forgot something. Hello. And raffia. After we talk about materials, then we head heavy into designing the actual silhouettes. And so they are at their computers sketching away. Well, is that the right word? They're not sketching away, they're computering away. Vectoring. They're vectoring away. Vectoring. Yeah.
We do some hand sketches every once in a while, but it's mostly computerized. And we'll spend a week and probably do, God, I don't know, anywhere like 15, 30. It just depends on how inspired you are, or you know what your ideas are.
If you're not
If you don't have any ideas. Some seasons are, spring is very hard for me. I like fall. I like a lot of
well, that's interesting
stuff.
I mean, everybody has a different creative process. Like Estrella likes to get naked, which is super interesting to me.
It makes everyone else a little uncomfortable.
Right, I mean, we allow it at Elaine Turner because we really want the shoes to look good. So she ends up usually naked in the fetal position under her computer.
Doing an interpretive
dance. Yeah, Caitlin gets real dark and like she kind of starts dressing goth and
Black lipstick.
yeah, and then and she doesn't really talk a lot. And then Jessica is real inspired by The Sound of Music, the musical, so she just comes in singing the Julie Andrews stuff. So, you know, Jim and I know when that's happening, and we just allow it, because then we know we're going to sell a lot of stuff, and, you know, and so we're
Just
fine
roll
with
with
it.
it.
Right. It just depends on what your process is, and we're totally open-minded and tolerant.
So now that we've designed it, Elaine gives her feedback on everything. Little tweaks, hardware adjustments, everything, and then we go back to our computers and spec, which takes forever. And it's not the most fun part of the design process, but it's what you have to do to get product in that you want.
And that functions.
And that functions. So here's Bianca, just a vector sketch, black and white. And the first page is all about all the dimensions and measurements. So you put all that information on this page. And then your second page is all the notes. So she has like an inspiration picture of how she wanted to gusset, the hardware, the handle, just all the notes you would need. And then as the pages go on after, like here's the proto, after the proto and sampling, you just put a page for each notes. And then like her last page is, this is approved for production. So you just keep all of your notes in this document. And then that's what's added also to your tech pack. This is what our tech packs look like. It's several pages long, so the first page is just sort of an overview of the style. So you'll have a front and back sort of black and white image, and then any interior detail. So there might be a special patch, or we have our zipper tape in the back with our logo. And then the next page is a SKU overview, which we call our color matrix. So this is everything that you're asking for, either a sample or production piece in. So each different SKU has their own page. And then the very last page would just be any sort of comments that you have for that specific style. That's it. So we've submitted our sample tech packs. It takes 4 to 6 weeks before we get our samples in. So we just looked at Bianca in 4 different colorways: the natural raffia, stone boa, persimmon, and marigold. And then we got it in. So we got Bianca in our sample leather, so it's got that nice soft drape to it. It's the right color. It's got our hardware on. So this is really the time when our samples come in that we can play and make sure that our hardware really functions. So then we'll do the same process that we did for samples. We'll submit a production tech pack, and it's the same, and probably even more in depth and more detailed, because this is production. Like this, like you don't want to make a mistake on a sample because it's so really expensive. That with production, you like aren't allowed to make mistakes. Or Elaine and Jim will come beat you.
Guys, this really is the process, and I think it's been sort of fun for all of us to be able to experience it and sitting here for an hour talking to you guys about it. But you know, as you know, the collection that we just talked to you about is what's in stores now, but really in reality we're working on a year from now. And so this whole process it's not glamorous, it's not easy, it's highly tactical and analytical and detail oriented. But if you start from a place of inspiration, you usually get to that end result that you want. We do want to inspire you, and we hope that we've done that today with this episode. So keep watching.